Hi everybody, this is BigPapaGrump for the Board of Doom, and welcome to the season finale of the Board of Doom Challenge. I'm going to be covering both the NXT Takeover New Orleans and WrestleMania 34. NXT is going to be like that long, and then WrestleMania is going to be this long. So, let's get to it. Alright, first up, just going to go over the NXT stuff real quickly. The triple threat tag team match between Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong, the Authors of Pain, and what we presume is going to be Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly for the NXT Tag Championship. I am going to lean towards the Undisputed Era to retain. The grudge match between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, where if Gargano wins, I believe he gets his job back. I'm going to go with Gargano anyways, just because. NXT North American Championship ladder match between EC3, Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole, Killian Dane, and Lars Sullivan. I've got no freaking clue. I don't even care who wins that match just because it's going to be awesome. Leaning Adam Cole, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they throw it on the Velveteen Dream or, oh god, Ricochet would be awesome. I just want to see Ricochet. NXT Women's Championship match between Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler. I think they're going to give it to Shayna Baszler. I think that's going to be one of the two title changes, which we'll get to the other one in a minute, because I think they're calling up Ember Moon. And having a heel champ right now with the crop of women they've got makes a little bit more sense, just because they seem to be leaning a lot of potential baby faces. I know not all of them are, but I just think they're going to put it on Baszler. And for the NXT Championship between Cien Almas and Aleister Black, I think they're going to call up Almas. I said that before, but I also was thinking they were going to put it on Gargano. So, but I think they're going to put it on Aleister Black and let him carry the title for a while they call up Cien Almas, because rumor is Triple H really likes him and kind of wants to call him up. So, all right, so there's the NXT preview. All right, getting to WrestleMania. Oh, I'm going to have to breeze through some of these, otherwise it's going to be like another 45-minute video. So we're going to start with the Cruiserweight Championship, and I'm leaning Mustafa Ali over Cedric Alexander. Kind of just throwing darts at this one, because it could go either way. Conventional thinking is Cedric Alexander's been at the top of the card for a while, and, he's kind of due, but it wouldn't surprise me if they kind of swerve you a little bit and throw it on Mustafa Ali, because they're most of the cruiserweights are good. They're building that 205 Live a lot better. Storytelling in ring is a lot more even, and I just think they might throw it on Ali. So I'm going to lean towards Mustafa Ali. All right, for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, we were picking two just as we did last year. And my two are Joe and Elias. Just kind of randomly, I'm thinking that Samoa Joe's going to show up and he could very well win it. Elias doesn't have a lot. He's got momentum. They've had Elias as very high profile over the last few months. And he doesn't have anything else going on at WrestleMania. So this win, especially if they're trying to rebuild the prestige of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, throw it on somebody significant, so that's why I'm thinking Joe. You could go Cass. There's a couple other ones, or hey, you might see Cien Almas come up. There's a couple people on the board that picked Almas, but I'm sticking with either Joe or Elias. As for the not Fabulous Moolah Memorial, and not the the Sherry Invitational or whatever Jericho said, the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, or whatever generic name they gave it. Again, still picking two. I'm leaning Sasha Banks or Becky Lynch. I just picked one from Raw, one from SmackDown. Wouldn't surprise me if even without a heel turn, because a lot of people think that Banks may turn heel or Bayley could turn heel. I'm just leaning Banks over Bayley in that regard, and the one from SmackDown. I just would like to see Becky Lynch win it, just because why not? They haven't given her much to do anywhere else on the card. So we're going to go through some of the other title matches first before I get to the standalone matches. So we'll start with Braun and Mystery Partner. And I'm not even going to get into predicting that. I was leaning Elias on that one for a long time, but so many rumors out there where it could be Bray Wyatt. We've heard the Big Show. There's so many. Every name has been thrown in there. Kurt Hawkins is one that I'd really love to see. But I'm leaning towards the Bar to retain against Braun and his Mystery Partner. not just because they've already advertised the Bar to be defending the titles against the Hardys at the network event, because the card's subject to change. But I think Braun it's too obvious that they're leaning towards putting a belt on Braun. But I think even WWE knows that a tag belt is probably not where you want to go. You know, he deserves to be chasing after Roman. So, and plus, I see him and Roman feuding here soon. I know they're talking. The rumor mill is Seth and Samoa Joe, but Braun's going to figure into that soon. So, I just think the Bar retains. All right, going with the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship between the Usos, the New Day, and the Bludgeon Brothers. I'm picking the Bludgeon Brothers just because I kind of want to see them. It's nice to see Harper and Rowan back together, and you know they're really good workers. I love watching them in the ring, and especially when you put in the New Day and the Usos in that triple threat setting. It's going to be matching. People are kind of down on the Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, I like them because they dress like the Dark Brotherhood, but people forget that 2 out of 3 falls match they had was the Usos, and that was a great match. That stole the show. So they can go, and with all 3 teams look in a position where they can go and make the most out of what little time they're going to end up having, I just think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to come out on top. All right, the Intercontinental Championship match between The Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins. Pretty sure The Miz has taken time off to, do dad stuff now. So it's kind of narrowed down between Seth and Finn. And my brain's telling me Seth, but I have a feeling they might push him after Roman soon. Who knows? I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge where they're going exactly, because they reset kind of everything at the Raw after WrestleMania. So I just want to see Finn with a belt. So I'm going Finn. United States Championship match between Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev. Keep hearing rumors that Orton's taking time off. They just took the belt off of Roode. It would be weird to just put it back on him. My brain's telling me that they're going to put the belt on Jinder to try to rebuild him after he lost the title to AJ. But I want Rusev to win, so I'm going Ruru. The Raw Women's Championship match between Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. I just think Bliss retains. Something's telling me it's too. You gotta have some heels win here. So thinking Bliss. Setting up something later. I'm thinking possibly Carmella might cash in on Alexa Bliss. I don't even know if that's allowed within kayfabe, because it was a SmackDown only event, but who knows? But something hinky is going to happen, but I don't think Nia walks out with the belt. I wouldn't be surprised if she does, but I kind of want to see the belt kept on Alexa a little longer. All right, for the SmackDown Women's Championship between Asuka and the champ Charlotte Flair, I'm going Asuka. I don't think they end the streak here, and just leaning Asuka. Especially, I mean, I'm not basing everything on internet rumors, but, it does kind of seem like they're building towards Ronda and Asuka later, and it would make sense to have the streak intact until, such time as that happens. Or you could see a cash-in by Carmella, who knows. All right, getting to the non-title matches now. We're predicting Cena, Undertaker's if it's going to be a match, but we're still not sure whether or not it's going to be a match or a face-off. So if it's not a match, it just gets pulled from the board. Whatever, no big deal. So no harm, no foul on that. But I'm leaning Undertaker because I know Taker's, if there is a match, Taker's the kind of guy that would want to go out on his back. He's old school that way. But I don't know if Cena wants to win that match either. So, I mean, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it is a match they're backstage beforehand flipping a coin as to who's going to win. But I'm leaning Undertaker. Plus, I would like to see Undertaker go over in that match. Okay, Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm thinking Owens and Zayn lose and go to Raw. There's 2 things here. One, I think those 2 are going to Raw. They planted the seeds for that way back. I think it was like Survivor Series or something, where they were talking to Steph. And And plus, it's Daniel Bryan's first match back after getting cleared. You think they're going to have him lose it? I mean, they could, because that would be a nice swerve. But I just think they win and Cammy goes to Raw. Okay, Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. This is the one that I think you could see the heels steal one. My monitor just shut off. I'm predicting Ronda and Kurt to win because, again, I'm going with I don't think they're going to have Ronda Rousey lose her first match, but at the same time, that could be where your swerve is, like your non-title related swerve. So, but I'm leaning Kurt and Ronda, but I would not be a bit surprised if Triple H and Stephanie walk out on top on this one. All right, and for the last two championship matches, starting with Roman Reigns versus the Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. I mean, you could get a swerve here. I mean, it seems too obvious, although I'm predicting Roman because contracts being up and they want Roman to be the guy and all that stuff. So, but this, all this work, like, I don't necessarily believe everything about Brock Lesnar going back to UFC, but at the same time, wouldn't surprise me if, I know this sounds weird because he's like never there, but if he wants to take a little bit of time off away from just being associated with WWE for a while and then maybe come back later. But either way, I'm going with Roman. I think Roman's going to end the show, holding the belt up high and the entire place booing him. And the reason I saved this one for last is because this is the match I'm looking the most forward to. And that would be AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura for the World Championship. And I think AJ retains. I mean, it would be great to see Shinsuke win. But I just have a feeling that they're not gonna put the belt on Shinsuke as of yet. Although I have been hearing rumbles of AJ going to Raw, but that they were making these rumbles over the summer, so who knows? But yeah, I'm just leaning AJ. I just think that, especially since AJ's getting, I know he's only got a couple years left, so this may be his last real WrestleMania moment. So they might lean towards AJ, but I just think that he retains. All right, so those were my predictions, and I'm going to have our predictions, like the rest of the board's predictions, at the end of the video. A couple things I want to go over. One, Wife of Doom and I are tied with 80 points, and Uppercuts like right behind us with like 75, 76, I forget. I don't want to shortchange, I think 76. But he is currently the only one that can catch us to win the season. It's basically down because of the way the picks line up and who would end up with the number of points if everybody wins and all that. It's basically a 3-person race between myself, the Wife of Doom, and Uppercut. So, is what it is. But for no prize whatsoever, which is even the best part. I'd like to thank everybody who at least gave us some views on a couple of videos. I think our SummerSlam preview, I was freaking out because we got over 200 views, which is like 10 times as many as we usually get. Well, the Elimination Chamber preview video got over 1,000 views. And I understand there was probably a whole bunch of people overseas clicking on it, finding out that we're not translated into their language and then clicking off of it. But still, appreciate the look. So that was very kind, and I'm very humbled by that. The following one, I think, of the Fastlane preview video ended up with like 11 views, so we were brought right back down to reality. Other than that, I was going to do a blooper video. However, our computer died. The power supply on our computer died again. So instead of doing that, we just bought a new computer. And that also goes with, I don't know how this video is going to be edited because I'm using the new Windows Live Movie Maker as opposed to for Windows 10. And the old one I was using was for Windows 8. And it was a lot easier to find stuff on the old one. So, yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's our stuff. That's our show for this time. And we're gonna do our recap on Sunday night and a Monday. Not quite sure which day because it's gonna be a long recap. So I don't want to be up until 2 a.m. editing this thing. So yeah, that's it. I've been Big Papa Grump, and you guys have been awesome. I'll catch you next time.